Battlefield. Nice. Someone give Seniks a quick tap on the shoulder there. Saying, good luck, man. So yeah, Battlefield, pretty good for both these characters, honestly. The platforms allow Corrin to really extend her combos since her sword can poke through most of them. And Samus loves ladder comboing here. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, but, hi, Salty Fun joining me here. I snuck in while nobody was looking. One thing is that the larger blast zones, Samus can struggle to kill. So the fact that those blast zones are even longer means it can even be that much more difficult for her, as opposed to Corrin, who has extremely consistent kill power, just with her moves and that side B most notably.
These platforms can also facilitate Samus's movement quite nicely. It can, if he gets a nice little up air string going, it can really lead into something pretty lethal. So Fr0zen's just going to wall him out really here, while Seniks is not known for playing too defensively, I've noticed.
Yeah, Seniks is actually, I remember playing Seniks was the first time I played against a Samus, and I said, wow, this is terrifying. And that was pre-patch Samus.
Yeah.
So he has like a certain aggression to him, and he gets really in your face. And right now, already, he's dealt out so much damage onto Fr0zen, but Fr0zen is one of those guys where he is so clutch.
Yeah. If I know one thing about Fr0zen is that he's the clutch master. Like, He's snuck out wins. I've seen so many. I've seen the Xeno he won over Great Gonzalez where, oh, wow. That back air is probably one of Samus's most prevalent horizontal kill options. It
so
does
strong.
A ton. And, like, that whole metal boot just comes into you.
I mean, it makes sense from a physics standpoint, I guess.
But I don't know. Like, yeah, so Seniks taking an early lead here against Fr0zen. Let's see if Fr0zen got to get something going here. He's got to get maybe some pins, some combos going. Thing is, now that Samus is in a very high percentage, Fr0zen's going to have to rely on some stray hits, maybe getting just the perfect pin, or hitting with a stray back air where he'll catch his opponent's DI off guard, because I know he's known for doing that as well.
So one thing is that Seniks has been doing an amazing job of landing. He has these tri-plat to help him out a little bit, but also the way he weaves with his down B and everything, you can just tell that, like, Fr0zen, normally he gets so much percentage off of all those juggles, and he's just not, Seniks is just not giving it to him.
Seniks is just walling him out with these Zairs and other movements. Like, the main game here for Fr0zen is what he wants. Jake loves to get in. He loves to get his combos in, and he needs to be at a very, very close range. He's not known for spamming insta-pin. And Seniks is not just giving. He keeps ranging him out with Zair, and the dash attacks are definitely catching him off guard. That one, not so much. Up throw will not do it. Samus is deceptively heavy. That metal suit weighing her down quite a bit.
She's a top 8 heaviest or something like that. She's a big girl.
It's frustrating.
And right now you just see how these blast zones are actually really hurting Fr0zen, and that should be it. Yeah. But you know, you don't want to give Samus that much rage. Samus, a surprisingly terrifying character with rage.
Yeah, that back air can clean up stocks fairly quickly, and don't forget about the Pioneer technique, the Shine Spark, that can literally wrap up a stock off the top platform in seconds.
That's zero.
Yes, it's wild. I've seen it happen to Buzz. Ooh, Fr0zen just barely making it back on stage thanks to his trusty friends, the Magnet Hands. And Seniks is just running around now and just outspacing Fr0zen. He knows he doesn't have to overcommit on anything. Fr0zen has a long road before he can even think about getting a kill. Ooh, that neutral air coming out so nicely.
The up tilt, that up tilt is so good at covering ledge jump. Samus is one of those characters with really underrated ledge guarding ability. She has, you know, her up tilts, and she has so many great ways of conditioning her opponents into just jumping into them.
DA popping off, Jash popping off in the background for Seniks there. And this would actually be a huge upset if Seniks managed to do this.
Oh yeah,
I mean, really good player. Honestly, I think he's a sleeper pick for top, like, at least top 100 this season, easily.
Yeah.
If he just travels out a little more, I think he'll be, God, awesome. He'll be freaking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, one of these players has a Xeno under their belt.
That's true. So. Yeah, the thing is, Fr0zen has not been able to get in against Seniks. Seniks' style is just basically walling you out with Zair, catching you off with dash attack, and just racking up damage steadily until he can get his back air or some other wild aerial, or maybe even a charge shot. Yeah. Fr0zen just can't seem to infiltrate these defenses right now, though.
It's very interesting because not only he's putting up these defensive, but you notice how mobile he is.
Yeah, he's moving around quite a bit. Yeah. He's not staying stationary at all.
Which is actually kind of really throwing Fr0zen for a loop, it seems. like there's almost some of this Space Invader stuff going on where he's sometimes like he's hitting where he was, not where he's gonna be. Ooh, but that was a
lever pin.
Beautiful.
Thing is with Seniks, he knows how evasive Samus can be. Samus is deceptively mobile in the air. Aerial drift is great. Offstage game is great. So it's not, but Seniks doesn't seem to be, like, he seems to be just holding his own in neutral very nicely. I'd like to see Fr0zen try to just maybe shield the Zair and then come in with an approach. But the thing is, Seniks is doing such a good job of just mixing up his options. Straight up there, not going to quite do it just yet.
Ooh, that was really smart. Timing that up B to carry Seniks along with him, and the side B not going to do it quite yet, but these two pretty much locked even in percentage. But this next hit might kill, and it's going to be Fr0zen's side B. He now takes the stock lead, and now that Samus has lost all of that rage, it'll be that much trickier for her to actually make this comeback and take the stock.
Yeah, Dragon Pin being especially lethal, especially at the later percentages, as one little drop kick from Corrin can send your opponent flying, especially at those higher percents. That's where Corrin really tends to thrive at the higher percentages. Senik right now just trying to regain his footing, though, and just walling him out. Interesting throw off stage. I guess he just wanted to just get him out of there and start finish fully charging that charge shot. But I don't know if that was the wisest choice. The thing is, one stray back air could really still smell curtains for him, for Fr0zen.
But he's still playing the game where it's like, he just wants to poke and do as much damage as possible. That was a great read!
That was a cute little backflip right there.
Yeah, that was so fantastic, and that required setup. It's not like, I believe that Samus can't B-reverse her charge shot, so that was like really premeditated there, and it works out for him, but it might have just been a little bit too late. He's already taken 97% and just now manages to get an actual hit in.
Samus's backwards short hop is honestly great. Samus kind of curls up so that way the hurt box is kind of shortened a bit. Fr0zen, however, sneaking away with that game too right there.
All right, so moving on to game 3 here.
What stage?
I mean, I could see Town and City. But,
yeah, I can see that too. Oh, Battlefield, okay.
I agree with it. We saw how well he was using those tri-plats before. I wouldn't be surprised, actually. Well, no, he probably wouldn't want to take him to Dreamland, even though he does get that little bonus of, lower ceiling means he might be able to string together some really lethal ladder combos. Oh, misses the drift there.
Yeah, I'm questioning the pick here because Samus can be especially hard to kill, given just how heavy she is, and Corrin really has to get Samus especially high up, but maybe it's the same for Fr0zen. Maybe he needs that extra space to move around a bit and avoid getting killed pretty early by a back air or some move that Senik really does. So I don't know. I definitely agree with this kind of pick because Corrin thrives heavily on tri-plats. Yeah, most definitely. So I don't know.
All right, but Fr0zen definitely putting in a little bit of the adaptation work. This is looking nothing like game 1. Already he has a pretty convincing lead of about 50%. And although Samus has that kill power, we've already talked about her back air and everything like that, we haven't really seen Seniks mount the comeback yet this set. So let's see if he'll be able to do it.
It seems like Fr0zen is slowly adapting and just getting his little chip damage in here and there. He's being more evasive of Senik's approaches, and honestly, Senik just keeps throwing out these Zairs and dash attacks in the same order, and Fr0zen's catching it every time. Maybe try mixing up with the grab. However, I know the tether grab is a bit slow and kind of risky.
Yeah.
Sneaking behind him with that back air right there.
He's done that a couple times now. That's stealth Samus, right? Does she have stealth mode?
Is she? I don't know. I've never played actually that many Metroid games, to be honest.
Nor have I. But anyway, right now, these two are now dead even with 105% on each. They're dancing around each other, seeing if they can get that first kill. Battlefield backfiring a little bit maybe, because definitely Fr0zen would not have been able to survive that on any other stage, and he manages to do the turnaround and take his first stock.
That was a great roar back air by Fr0zen right there. The wing is definitely proving to be a potent kill option. It can do a really good job of mixing up your opponent's DI, so they're just caught DIing like butt cheeks. It's really good.
That was also really, there was that one scary situation where he goes for the pin, trying to catch the tether grab.
Yeah, I don't want to see Fr0zen overcommit too hard off stage because Samus can really play around quite a bit given her tether recovery and how pretty much how nice the recovery. She's got bomb jump. She's got her up B. Fr0zen just wants to stay on stage and keep doing what he's been doing, just chipping away at Seniks until he finds that one little opening that he needs.
Ooh, wow, what a Zair, catching him dropping shield. He's trying to snipe him with these charge shots. He realizes that that's the safest way for him to net a kill without putting himself in the danger zone. His other kill moves like back air and neutral air require just getting a little bit too close to Fr0zen that he doesn't really want to deal with.
Yeah, these charge shots have been doing such an excellent job of just attaching damage onto Fr0zen that any stray aerial that Seniks throws out is really just going to be very lethal for Fr0zen. Fr0zen needs to be a bit more careful with his chip damage and not overcommit with any moves. The thing is, Seniks keeps throwing out these panic options like his up B. He's trying to get him with these little short hops forward projectiles. The thing is, Corrin's frame data is just a tad bit faster, and it's probably going to win out the trade every single time.
Yeah, and we're starting to see that adaptation from Fr0zen. We saw, you know, earlier he kept doing the short hop air dodge when he was on ledge instead of trying to roll, and Fr0zen has now caught onto it and managed to capitalize really hugely. And yeah, Seniks in this awful situation. He manages to power shield the insta-pin, get him off stage, but it might not be enough. Going for the 2-frame on that down tilt, even with questionable DI.
At 2-1-2 right now, he just cannot seem to get anything going with these straight charge shots, and he knows he can't gimp Corrin because of the constant hitboxes put out by her wings.
And also, time is a factor. If not this stock, even if Seniks manages to take it, Fr0zen could easily play to that timer and, you know, force him to approach.
Nice.
There it is, finally managing to get it.
Nice shot, Seniks.
Yeah, and Fr0zen just being on ledge there, gets the down throw to put him off stage once again.
Yeah, one insta-pin can spell doom for him. No, not quite yet. Like I said, Samus is very, very heavy, and the Battlefield really assisting. Oh!
After all that, after such a good showing from Seniks for that entire set, ends up dropping it to the accidental forward.
You know, sometimes spaghetti comes out.
It's natural. Everyone does it.
Everyone's spaghetti. Even Zero has spaghettied one time in his life.
Oh, yeah. No, everyone has